Thankfully, there's not a bunch of measuring and marking tools that you really need for leather. There's pretty much only one, which I'll go over in a minute. But the basics of it is using a pencil. That's really what I use on leather most. I had one of those leather pens, but it didn't work from day one really, so I can't suggest those. A pencil just works well. If you get one with softer lead, I got 2B, 4B, or 8B is best, because then it'll just impart the lead a lot easier, and it'll come off a lot easier with an eraser. And then for measuring, you can use, an old school tape measure, but they're not that accurate. I use them more for just kind of rough estimates. For more accurate, I use this little 6-inch scale. It goes down to 64ths of an inch, so really nice and accurate, but also you need something to get a square piece. So an L square like this, really handy to have. And also a template with circles. I use this oftentimes for getting the corner radiuses on patterns and projects. But the specialty tool that you might find really handy is a compass, or I like a wing divider, but this lets you get the correct stitching distance from the edge. But this lets you get the right stitching distance from the edge, and also you can use it to mark out your actual stitches in length. You can also use it to mark out your actual stitch length too. The other critical marking implement would be a scratch-awl. Now this is really vital for scratching out your patterns onto leather and also just marking out your holes for punching and stitching. So you really got to have one of these. Pretty much necessity. You can pick them up for pretty cheap at a lot of places, so pretty easy to get a hold of. And also if you're doing a lot of belts or you need to measure a really weird shape or something, it's nice to have a little flexible tape to measure around those objects, and you can pick those up pretty much anywhere. So that's basically what'll get you going for measuring out all the projects you need.